The tongue is one of the most powerful parts of the human body, but yet it is often taken for granted. It can be used to build up or tear down, to bring life or death. One of the most fundamental keys that you need to change your life for the better is just through the words that you speak and the speech that you use every single day. Well, today I'll be giving you some insight on the words you should watch out to not say and the words that you should say to bring a big impact on your life right after this short break.
Father God, clear the way for me. Show me the way, oh yeah.
Mwana wa mfumo Father God, please make a way nifuno pita Ndikululukireni vonse vena chita. I wanna let go of my sins, move into a different being, transform from earth into your kingdom, be my keeper.
Don't forget to tap on that subscribe or follow button to catch up on more Team Jesus All The Way talks. Jesus All The Way talks. Well, since the very beginning, words have been proven to have the power to command things into or out of existence. In Genesis 1 verse 3 it says, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. The same God that spoke light into existence said this. In Genesis 1 verse 26 it says, God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." Notice that God said, "Let us make man in our image." So if God has dominion and the power to speak things to reality, meaning we human beings as his image have also been gifted the power to speak things into reality. An example we can use to show how words are powerful enough to bring destruction is in Matthew 21 verse 18. Early in the morning, as he was on his way back to the city, he was hungry. Seeing a fig tree by the road, he went up to it, found nothing on it except leaves. Then he said to it, "May you never bear fruit again." Immediately the tree withered. So this shows us that words aren't just words, because everything we say begins to manifest in the reality. So which means we should be very careful with the words we use every day, because they bring a huge impact on our lives. In Proverbs 18 verse 21 it says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Well, I want you to think about this. If the tongue truly has power over life and death, just think about how many times you've almost murdered yourself by saying things like,
"Oh my God, I would die for a new car. If I ever died, I'd be friends with him."
You need to understand that all these things you're saying aren't just going in the air and going nowhere. These things actually stay in the spiritual realm and they begin to manifest in your life. So everything you say eventually is going to come back to you, because you have been gifted the power to speak things into reality. It might not happen now, but eventually as time moves on, those things that you've been saying in the past are eventually going to manifest into the reality, and you are going to take accountability of everything that's happening in your life. So if you're complaining about something, sometimes it's not because the devil is afflicting you, it's because you and your big mouth have allowed that to happen. So you have to be very careful with the things you say. In Joel 3 verse 10 it says, "Let the weak say I am strong." God is just trying to show us that as Christians we need to practice positive talking towards our lives. Yes, things might not be going as planned, things might not be going well, but that doesn't mean you have to add on to it by saying terrible words about it, because nothing is going to make a difference. But if you choose the right words, you are going to have a chance of turning things around. As a Christian, you are not allowed to be complaining about your sicknesses. You are supposed to overlook them and use the scriptures to break down that sickness and take it back where it came from, because Jesus Christ died for us on that cross and he took away all our sicknesses, and by his stripes we were healed. You're supposed to meditate on the scriptures and use them for your advantage, because God has already provided for you what you require to have dominion over everything. So sicknesses aren't a part of you as a Christian. You are supposed to rebuke them. Don't be complaining. Don't be saying, "Oh
no, my stomach is paining." No, this is just the way I am. I have gases. So, I'm not allowed to do this. This is just how I am. This is how I was born.
Don't take that. Because immediately you say things like that, you are manifesting them into the reality and they're becoming a part of you. Same applied to the economy. Yes, things are getting pretty ridiculously expensive, and there's nothing we can do to change about it other than look for solutions. So as a Christian, we're supposed to pray about it. We're not supposed to be like the others that are complaining, because what difference does it make between us and them? We are supposed to show a difference. God promised us in his word. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11 it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." If God really is planning to give us hope and a future, Why would he want us to perish along with the others that are complaining? We are supposed to stand our ground as Christians and not complain about the economy.
No, I don't know how we're going to survive.
God says he has plans to prosper us, so we are going to survive through this economy. I'm going to be honest with you. Personally, I'm a positive speaker. Though there are times I tend to forget because of how tough a situation is that I also start to complain. I also start saying negative things towards a situation or a certain point of time in my life. These things usually come out of the unconscious and sometimes we can control it. But you can help yourself improve by watching out for the things that you watch, the things that you listen to, and the people that you hang around with. These things play a vital role in the way that you talk as a person, because everything you speak is initially because of the things that you think, and our thoughts are developed from the people that we are around, the things that we listen to, and the things that we watch. In the second part of the video, I'm going to be explicating in detail the things you should do to change the way you speak, therefore changing your life for the better. Quick note, most of the stuff in the second part of the video was inspired by the book Commanding Your Morning by Cindy Trim. So if you want to check it out by yourself, there it is. That's how it looks like. Make sure you check it out. It's a really good book. The basic factor to improve the way you speak is by consciously choosing the words that you speak. Just as an architect takes his precious time choosing the right materials, making a good plan for his foundation, finding a good foundation for building his skyscraper, same apply to you. You are supposed to thoroughly think and choose the right words before you say them, because they might either build you or break you. Basically, our thoughts are the center of our uttering. So just as God had to think about the world before he created it, he had to think about the moon, the stars, the seas, everything, how everything is going to look like. He had to critically think everything through, and then he spoke it out, and it began to manifest into the reality. So if truly our thoughts have such control over what we say, we need to deeply search for those things that change the way we think, so that we can think in the right manner, which therefore makes us talk in the right manner. We can do so by changing the things that we watch. Change the programs that you watch. Well, personally speaking, I every morning made it a routine to be watching empowering news videos, motivational videos, that keep me pumped in the morning, listening to things that are productive. I don't waste most of my time watching TV, entertaining myself, because at the end of it, there's nothing I learn. So every day I make it a routine to watch empowering videos, watch examples of other people's lives who were once down below and have progressed in their lives as an example set for me. You should make it a routine to always watch something productive. And trust me, this is going to drastically change the way you think. The music we listen to has so much power. Music is one of the most powerful weapons that can be used to alter the way a person thinks, because mostly when we're listening to this music, sometimes you might think you're just vibing to it, just enjoying the beat and everything, but trust me, every lyric said in those songs has power to change the way you think. If you're listening to music that only talks about drugs and women, what makes you think you're not going to be interested in such things? So listen to gospel music. I know sometimes for most people it tends to get boring for them, but trust me, just make it a routine to listen to gospel music, especially in the morning. Just listening to words that will bring productivity to your day. It makes a big difference. You can be listening to music that's about alcohol or drugs and women and money and expect to think in the right way. Obviously, you're going to be thinking about those things the rest of your life. The people you surround yourself with are also a huge aspect to changing the way you think. If you're always surrounded with people that are always gossiping, saying lies, slandering, you're going to be part of them. There's no such thing as I just usually keep quiet when I'm around them. Or as long as you're part of the group, you are one of them as well. So be around people that are talking business. Be around people that talk about God. Be around people that speak the truth, spreading the gospel, saying things that are building you and not breaking you. If you're around people that are always complaining about what's happening in the country,
Oh no, did you see the news about the economy, the prices are rising up?
you are also going to start getting anxious about everything. So change the people you're around with. Be around people that look for solutions, not talk about problems. The Bible says, for as a man thinketh, so is he. My advice for those people that are just getting started on their journey for choosing the right words to say, I would just advise you to say less than usual. Don't say too many words. In Proverbs 21 verse 23 it says, he who guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from calamity. For starters, just don't say too much, because you don't always have to contribute to everything. Proverbs 17 verse 28, even a fool is thought wise if he keeps silent. There's no wrong in keeping quiet. You don't always have to talk, because sometimes you end up saying what you're not supposed to, and you're going to have to pay the price for it. Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. In Proverbs 18 verse 4 it says, the words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The words of your mouth are deep waters, so make sure you don't drown yourself in them. So with that said, that's all for the day. Make sure that you pray, because we are King Jesus all the way. Mwah.